Hey y'all, I'm back again. This is my review for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, episode number 2006. You know, it's actually episode 20, but this season, I tell you, it has been absolutely chaotic. I just came back from Tulum yesterday, Monday, so again, I apologize. You know, I started YouTube during the pandemic, so it was easier to keep up with videos. Now that I have a life a little bit, it's just a little hard, but they're worth the wait. That's all I have to say on that. But let's just get into the episode, shall we? So it starts off where we left off, where Lisa was saying, I hate Meredith, her family. She's a W or an H word, actually. It's too early in the video to curse, so, you two be tripping. I know it's Black History Month, but they still be going at us hard sometimes, y'all. Y'all know what I'm saying. Anywho, Lisa was cursing up a storm, and now we're with Meredith, who stormed off from the table after Whitney is still questioning whether or not her father's memorial happened or not. So we see Mary begging Meredith to be let in her room just so she can talk to her, saying she feel her hurt. Meredith says she is done. She is done with these bitches. Then we see in her confessional that, it's really none of their business. And the only person this has to do with is Jen. And Meredith brings up a good point. You think if I called the FBI, I wouldn't want to be there to watch Jen Shaw get arrested? Like, come on. And I agree with that. It makes no sense why they keep harping on this make-believe plot line. Like, Whitney and Heather are really getting on my nerves for this. So now we see racist Jenny going up to Lisa's room as Lisa's still cursing Meredith out. I swear, these editors, they be trying to fool us or whatever. So Jenny was by the door when she was cursing Meredith out all this time? Wow, as soon as racist Jenny walks through the door, Lisa lets her have it. She's like, I don't want to see you. You didn't stick up for me. I had your back when Mary was coming after you. You didn't have my back. Nobody had my back at that effing table. Lisa has had it with everybody. She's tired of being the punching bag, in her mind at least, and she's just really angry that nobody's defending her. We're having 2 meltdowns in one episode in the first 5 minutes. Lisa continues telling racist Jenny that, she's the one that brought up Mary's church or whatever. Y'all are all concerned about it, and then when I bring it up, no one has my back. Everyone was quiet. I will say that, in the last episode, I was like, damn, people just don't want to insert themselves in the argument. Racist James just like, Lisa, you are my friend. I will always have your back. Okay, girl. Okay. I'm trying to think, did she stand up for Lisa? I gotta say, the only person that Jenny has had smoke for is Mary. I didn't see her talking crazy to Jen yet, even though, Jen deserves to get blown up on, but again, I think people are scared of Jen, well, a few of them, and Mary. Damn, we even get a Dorinda moment. I've been nothing but nice to y'all, including you, Jen Shaw. And then you see the rest of the ladies coming upstairs to talk to Lisa. So now Jen is confronting Lisa. Lisa is done. She is packing. She just has a bra and jeans on right now. Damn, it looks like everyone's just trying to calm her down, even Jen. And now Lisa's just yelling, fuck Meredith. So they're all huddled up in the bathroom. You got security coming in too, just in case. She's really having a meltdown right now. And Lisa screams, I am richer than all of you. I don't need this. It looks like she was in the middle of quitting the show. They don't want to break the fourth wall too much, but I cannot believe they left that. I can't believe she said that. I mean, go ahead on and flex, Lisa. I mean, it might be true. And then we have Heather in her confessional saying that she loves an unhinged Lisa Barlow. She is enjoying this. This is very intense. Jen says she just can't deal with this. I mean, I get it. She has her own problems. She just walks out the door. What Lisa said just now, it's the pot making up lies about the kettle. I just think she needs to sit down, relax, and just breathe. Breathe. At this point, I don't even think they realize they're on camera anymore. They're like, this is a full-on meltdown. I think it's enraging Lisa how no one is coming for Mary, I guess, but I don't know. It's just so crazy how Jen Shaw is the plot line right now. That's what we're trying to get to the bottom of. Did she do that? But now we're worried about Mary's church, and then we're worried about Meredith's father's memorial being real. Like, they're missing the issue. And speaking of Mary, we're with her now, and she's having her own hot mic moment. She is roasting Heather right now, saying that she has the snob of a real Mormon, and she don't even realize that she looks inbred. Damn. One thing about Mary, I mean, still, she gives us some good, crazy, wacky ass moments, but still, I'm sticking to my guns. I don't want her on the show. I'm sorry. Meanwhile, we're back with Whitney and Heather trying to calm Lisa down. I mean, Whitney and Heather bad weather are the main reason all this shit is going on right now. They are the true pot stirrers that made all this happen. Whew, this is a lot to dissect, y'all. I don't think I have enough time tonight to do this, but yeah, they're going back and forth. Whitney is telling Lisa that she did have her back when she left the table. She confronted Meredith about the memorial, which I still think doesn't make any sense. Lisa's just saying that she just felt nobody had her back. So Jen comes back into the room, full outfit change now, and she's just telling Lisa that I really can't take all this right now. I'm gonna let you know that because she's dealing with a lot of stuff. Granted, and then she goes on to tell her that, you know, if I had a friend of 10 years that, you know, didn't have my back, I would be pissed too. So now we're all making Meredith the enemy here. It's everyone against Meredith and Mary. Lord, okay now. So Whitney then joins Meredith and Mary in the kitchen. Whitney confronts Meredith yet again. Mary says she's not doing this and just gets up. They continue their conversation as if she wasn't even there in the first place. But Whitney is saying that she was coming from a respectful place and saying that there was speculation that she faked her father's memorial, or at least lied about the day it was on. Meredith says, you were very disrespectful to me. And they're all talking in an okay tone, but then Meredith goes below the belt with Whitney and says, I don't really believe that you didn't talk to your father. I cannot believe she went there. Like, we all know, like, if you're just tuning into season 2, Whitney has a thing with her dad, who is a recovering addict. She says she tried to help him, and at the end of the season, she hasn't talked to him since. So that's a really touchy topic for her, and Meredith just went there. You can see the look on Whitney's face right now. Now, Meredith is bringing this up as an example, but ooh, it's still cut deep. That face Meredith has right now. I might need to put this up on the screen. This look. Meredith then reminds Whitney that your father is alive, mine is dead. Meredith continues to tell Whitney that it is none of her fucking business, and Whitney is just like, she looks defeated. She's just like, well, I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know. And then Meredith is just getting more and more unhinged. She's saying that if you were my friend, you would just believe what I say. That is disgusting. Whitney comes back with the high yash. She said, do you want me to get a private investigator to find out? The look on Meredith's face, it looks like she wants to cut Whitney up with a butcher knife. I can't believe Whitney got her with that statement. She got her. Meredith just keeps yelling. I'm sorry to be laughing at that. My father died. My father died. What the fuck you don't get with that? Man, this is like everyone's having a meltdown, a breakdown, or an unhinged moment. It's too much. It's too much, Taquita. The only thing that bugs me about all this drama and the meltdowns and everything, no one is getting to the bottom of Jen Shah's mess. Like, did she really steal from old people? Like, that's the real disgusting thing here. Like, she has federal charges against her and no one is talking about it. And I mean, of course, Jen is going to keep bringing up Meredith and Mary because it takes the attention off of her. Child, and then we see Mary in the hallway was just watching them argue the entire time. As Whitney gets up and walks away, we see Mary just look her up and down as she walks away. And the dramatic music playing in the background. It's just on top of that with Mary just looking absolutely ridiculous in what she's wearing in this gold and this like pineapple like hairstyle she has. This is a cartoon. This is a cartoon. Mary is a cartoon character. Man, this would be an experience if I was watching this high. Lord have mercy. Like, this is a lot. Uh-oh, so Whitney goes back up to where the rest of the ladies are in Lisa's room. And now Whitney looks like she's about to have her own meltdown. Like, she's almost as red as the dress she's wearing. So we're back with Mary just saying I'm sorry and just talking crazy as Meredith probably isn't even paying attention to her. Meredith, I guess her other pills just kicked in, so then she hightails it up to where the other ladies are and gets into Whitney's face saying she wants to know who speculated about her father's death. Whitney gets right in her face and says, well, I did. And then she said that they throw Lisa under the bus, of course. They all did. They all did. They all should be speaking up right now. So then Lisa comes in the room now, and now Lisa and Meredith are finally just like arguing with each other now. Whitney just threw Lisa under the bus saying that they talked about it. And now Lisa's saying she did not. They all speculated about it. They all did. And the fact that we're still talking about this is insane to me. Like, I don't know what I'm watching, but I'm reviewing this for y'all. Yeah, Lisa has had enough of Meredith. I feel bad. They've been friends for 10 years. She yells in her face, "You're a fucking liar!" Like, oof, good grief. At this point, like, all this yelling, just fight. Fight. Knock the bitch out. Please. Like, all this yelling. Okay, so I saw something on Twitter the other day, and you know that little Spider-Man meme where, you know, they're all just pointing at each other? I totally get the reference now. Like, everyone is just blaming everyone. There's like 6 or 7 Spider-Men in the room, and it's just like, she did it, she did it, she did it, she did it. Like, it is crazy right now. So now they're just going back and forth. Production is trying to tell us what happened. I don't care anymore. I really don't. I want to fast forward, y'all, but I'm going to keep watching this hectic scene. We're already just 20 minutes in. I don't know, Lisa. It looks like you speculating when you talking to Heather when y'all was talking near the mountains about, like, you know, oh, this is when it happened. Like, she told me Monday, or she told me Tuesday. That's speculating. I do think they need to stop saying speculating her father's death. Her father is dead, definitely. They're speculating the memorial. I will say Heather and Whitney should be getting most of the smoke right now, not Lisa. That's just my opinion, y'all. There's some extreme miscommunication going on right now. Like, Whitney and Heather are trying to tell Meredith that we just want to know which day it was. And in Meredith's mind, she's thinking that they're accusing her of lying about it ever happening, period. Whitney's like, can you just give us a day that the memorial happened? That's all we're asking. Meredith just walks out the room. She's tired. She's tired of the bullshit. I don't know why she can't just answer it, but then again, like I said, the bigger question is, why are we even having this conversation? If she didn't want to go to Vail with y'all bitches, she didn't have to. Wait a minute. So Heather's like, where the hell is Mary Cosby to back up Meredith now? And then Whitney's like, that's right. She gets up and like, where the hell is Mary Cosby for you? You can see Lisa on the bed cracking up right now. Like, I don't believe any of y'all bitches right now. Y'all are doing stunts and shows right now to fill up 21 episodes. Whitney charges down in that red dress, just goes up to Meredith like, Meredith needs you right now. Is everybody on drugs in this house? That's what it must be, drugs and pills and alcohol, like a combination of all of them. Drugs are pills. Yes, it is a combination of drugs and alcohol right now. So then Mary's like, okay, she's in the bathroom. Bye. And then Whitney's like, no. Hi. Like, what am I watching, y'all? I'm sorry. This is going to be a chaotic review. I'm putting a disclaimer on Instagram when I post it. Whitney and Mary going at it again. Mary's like, I don't care about you. I don't want to be in the middle of this conversation. You and your cousin. Even Mary wacky ass calls it. She's like, Whitney is drunk right now. And I'm seeing it now, clearly. Like, why are they arguing about this? Y'all, like, am I the only one? Were y'all confused watching this? I'm confused. Mary said again that she doesn't care about any of the women at all, and then she leaves. She said, "This was my last attempt." And she's done. So now the argument has been pivoted to Meredith and Mary's relationship. So then this argument just reached a stalemate. I think everybody is tired, then everybody just retires to their room after this. So now it's the next day, and we're with Whitney in her room, and then she's talking to Jen. She's saying that she has the biggest hangover. And I think all that arguing was a product of alcohol, at least on Whitney's end. Like, where do they go after this? Seriously, like, and people are still there. Like, did Lisa just have a meltdown and threaten to pack just for her to stay there? It looks like everyone is packing. This is the last day, thank God. So some of the ladies are downstairs eating. I believe it's racist Jenny, Meredith, and Mary. They're talking about not getting on the van. The other ladies are just talking about Meredith and Mary's friendship. Heather is saying that we have not held Mary's feet to the fire. What about Jen? What about Jen, who's actually, like, you know, on paper have like a court date for stealing from old people? I do agree, Heather. Mary is openly and aggressively cruel to all races. Yeah, after this trip, the lines are drawn in the sand. Like, I just don't know who's on whose side now. Like, the alliances on this show has been shuffling like a roulette table. I really can't believe, like, so Lisa, Heather, and Whitney are cool now. Lisa and Meredith are beefing, and Meredith and Mary are best friends now. Just wow. So the van pulls up, and I'm just very curious to see if all the women are gonna get on it. We see Mary in her confession saying she is tired of these women. Like, seriously, like, even if she refused to go to the reunion because of all the backlash she was getting, like, this should have been her last season, and I'm glad it is. And let's be real with the reason why y'all like Mary. We're laughing at her, not with her. This woman clearly has severe mental issues, and we're laughing at her. She's touched. I'm trying to think of a PC term. The woman isn't sane. But yeah, it looks like all the ladies made it on the van with the exception of Mary. Mary just gets her own private car. Meredith really got on that van. She's just texting to herself, though. She isn't talking to anybody. Whew, and that is the end of that tumultuous trip. Thank you, God. Thank you. So next scene, we are now with Meredith at her house, and she's talking to her husband. It's so nice to see Meredith calm again because those ladies really brought her to the brink. Her lame-ass husband, I really don't care what he's saying. Fast forward. Next scene, we're with Heather and her daughter. Fast forward. And now we're with Jen at her residence, and she's talking to her attorney now. Oof, just hearing that lawyer talk, I mean, she is going down. And I just heard recently that someone a part of that whole telemarketing scheme or something like that, they're going to be testifying against her. Like, she is going to jail. There is no doubt about it. And again, I'm going to guess she's going to get 3 to 5 years. Oh, so she's talking about trying to get in contact with Stewart, but she can't, so they have to talk between their attorneys. And in Jen's mind, she's like, well, are they helping? Are we going to help out? No, sweetheart. Stewart is going to testify against you. Ooh, and her court date starts next month, y'all. That is why Bravo is extending this out. Like, they want that court date to start while the reunion is going on. Child, I'm still scared it's going to be 4 parts. I really think it's going to be 4. Because, you know why? Because soon as Candy's show comes on, that's when Salt Lake City ends. And Candy's show premieres March 6th. Wow, Jen really has no idea what she's up against right now. Like, at first I just thought it was like delusion and a little bit of narcissism, but I think it's just plain ignorance at this point. I really don't think she gets the gist of how big this is for her. Like, she's going to jail. I'm glad the episode slowed down a bit because that first 20 minutes, chaos. So now we're with Lisa and her pale family. So we see them all eating right now. Like they're actually preparing food and not eating fast food. I'm guessing Lisa is hearing what the fans are saying, that she always eats fast food and that's all she feeds her kids. So we see them right here like grilling actual vegetables and seafood and stuff. Those kids look so confused. They're probably wondering, where's the McDonald's and the Taco Bell? Like, I'm pretty sure they're putting on for the cameras right now with this. We see her son ask her how was the mom's trip, and Lisa just lies to his face and says, oh, it was good. As producers show us and remind us her breakdown. As producers remind us about the breakdown that she has. So now it's just Lisa and her husband in the room now, and she's telling them all that happened on their trip to Zion. I wonder if Lisa really thinks that her and Meredith have a relationship after all what she said on camera. Like the way she's talking about her like so calmly now, like, oh, I really care about Meredith. Girl, it doesn't look like it from the last episode. Again, it's always weird seeing the wives talk to the husbands because the husbands don't give a fuck about what's going on. They're just like nodding, yep. So next scene, we are at Mary's church now. She said that they haven't had service in almost a year. She's there with her son. I don't see the grand husband. Y'all let me know if I missed him in this. But yeah, she's giving her sermon, and I'm sorry. Like, these people, they remind me of those infomercials where you see the church and then they asking people to come up and then they dab them with water and they just pass out. Like, that's what this reminds me of right now. This doesn't remind me of the black churches that I went to growing up. This looks cultish. And wow, we see in walk through the door Jen Shaw. And I gotta say, I love what she's wearing right here. I won't take that away from her, but of all people to come to Mary's church, I would expect Meredith. And especially with Jen coming, didn't she just say in the other episode that she never saw the good in Jen, ever? Compared her to a Mexican thug. So Jen says she went to Mary's church just for curiosity. She's been hearing everything and she just wants to see for herself. So Mary, during her sermon, goes up to Jen and gives her like a long hug. And I'm like, okay, another alliance I just didn't see coming. So now Mary takes a break and has some of her congregation speak. And they have this woman come up and she's basically praising Mary. This woman just says she is a perfect dresser. Yep, this is a cult. This is definitely a cult. You are a facsimile of God? The way Jen is just sitting there just looking around like she's in like a zoo or something like that, like she's spectating, it's kind of coming off really rude to me at least. Yeah, and then we see a couple more members of this congregation, and let's just say if Mary was trying to prove that she's not a cult leader, she failed. So next scene, we're with Meredith at her place, and it seems like she wants to clear the air with Whitney after Zion, so she's expecting her to come over. I think Whitney is bringing Heather as well. We see Whitney talking to Heather, and it looks like Whitney still feels some type of way that Meredith brought up her father. She kind of tells Heather a lie, though, saying, is your father really an addict? She didn't say that, Whitney. She said that, what if your father isn't speaking to you anymore? Like, I don't believe it. What if I said that? Whitney need to get her story straight. Whitney and Heather are the true, like, pot stirrers of the season. Now they're talking about how Meredith is just inviting them over because she knows she's wrong. So as Whitney and Heather arrives at Meredith is just like acting like nothing happened in Zion. So in combination with talking to Whitney and Heather, they're all doing this body sculpting activity or something like that that's supposed to be working out, the equivalent, but they're drinking alcohol while they're doing it. So as Whitney and Heather are both laid out, hooked to machines, this is the time where Meredith wants to talk to Whitney about what happened in Zion. So first and foremost, Meredith at least apologizes for blowing up on Whitney. Wait a minute, Heather, the shit that people were saying, come on. The shit y'all were saying. Y'all basically were implying that she lied about her Memorial Day to get out of riding in a van with y'all. So then Meredith finally just tells them that the memorial was on the 29th. It was the day before they all left to Vail. And I'm just like, well, she could have said that earlier, but she claims that, she felt like she was being attacked. Meredith is trying to find out, like, how did this start? And then again, Whitney and Heather, they throw Lisa under the bus saying, well, during the whole Jen's arrest thing, this happened the day after March 30th, thank you production. We see that Lisa's on the phone with Meredith saying, oh, I'm sorry I interrupted you, like go be with your family. So that made them think, oh, well, she's at the memorial. So that's being put into question. Wow, so all of this is really being put on Lisa now. I think Lisa should have been a part of this conversation. Maybe it was just a mix-up. Maybe Lisa thought that Meredith was still at the memorial. Now Meredith is saying, well, I was in Vail on Tuesday. Why would she say that? This is all just a big miscommunication, and I'm just kind of angry that we're not focused on Jen Shah and her mess, but we're focused on Meredith, lying about a memorial. Like, the real event happened. Like Jen Shah being arrested, like on the run. And we talking about this. I'm frustrated. So after Whitney and Heather finish stirring the pot, we see Meredith saying, well, if what you guys said is true, then I'm going to be done with Lisa. And that is where the episode ends. Y'all, this was a chaotic ass episode. I apologize if this seemed kind of discombobulated, but that's exactly what this episode was. It was a lot of finger pointing, a lot of wacky Mary, arguing over frivolous shit. So thank God, next week is the season finale, episode 21. This is, I think, Lisa's party, and this is where I think Jenny throws a drink at Mary. I wonder if they're going to edit that out. I think they're gonna leave it in. If they could leave in Candace and Monique's fight, they could leave Jenny throwing a drink Mary's way. But yeah, y'all, please let me know y'all thoughts on this crazy ass episode. Whose side are you on? Whose side? I'm dying to know. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.